I could hear the bombardment of the two armies. He gave me initiation in the Naqshbandi order, and then he said to me, "Oh, my son, we have a power that in 1 second we can make our disciple reach his station." As soon as he said that, he looked into my heart with his eyes. As he did so, they turned from yellow to red, and then to white, and then to green, and then to black. The color of his eyes changed as he poured into my heart the knowledge associated with each color. The yellow light was the first, and corresponded to the state of the heart. He poured into my heart all kinds of the external knowledge which is necessary for the daily life of people. Then he poured from the stage of the secret the knowledge of all 40 orders which came from Ali ibn Abi Talib. I found myself a master in all these orders. While transmitting the knowledge of this stage, his eyes were red. The third stage, which is the secret of the secret, is only permitted for sheikhs of the Naqshbandi order, whose imam is Abu Bakr. As he poured into my heart from this stage, his eyes were white in color. Then he took me to the stage of the stage of hidden spiritual knowledge, where his eyes changed to green. Then he took me to the station of complete annihilation, the stage of the most hidden, where nothing appeared. The color of his eyes were black. Here he brought me into the presence of God. Then he brought me back to existence. My love for him at that moment was so intense that I could not imagine being away from him. I desired nothing more than to stay with him forever and serve him. Then the storm arrived, the tornado descended, and turbulence threatened the calm. The test was gigantic. My heart was in despair when he told me, "My son, your people are in need of you. I have given you enough for now. Go to Cyprus today." I had spent 1 year and a half to reach him. I spent 1 night with him. Now he was ordering me to go back to Cyprus, a place that I had not seen in 5 years. It was a terrible order for me, but in the Sufi way, the disciple must surrender and submit to the will of his sheikh. After kissing his hands and feet and taking his permission, I tried to find a way to travel to Cyprus. World War II was reaching its end. There was no transportation. As I was in the street thinking these thoughts, a person came to me and said, "Oh, Sheikh, do you need a ride?" I said, "Yes, where are you going?" He said, "To Tripoli." He took me in his truck, and after 2 days we reached Tripoli. When we arrived there, I said, "Take me to the seaport." He said, "What for?" I said, "To find a ship to Cyprus." He said, "How? No one is traveling by sea with this great war going on." I said, "Never mind that. Just take me there." He took me to the seaport and dropped me off. I was again surprised when I saw Sheikh Munir al-Malik coming towards me. He said, "What is that love your grandfather has for you?" The Prophet came again to me in my dream and said, "My son Nazim is coming. Take care of him." I stayed with him 3 days. I asked him to help me arrange passage to Cyprus. He tried, but it was impossible at that time because of the war and the shortage of fuel. He could find nothing except a sailboat. He told me, "You can go, but it is dangerous." I said, "I must go, because that is the order of my sheikh." Sheikh Munir paid the owner a heavy price to get him to take me. We set sail. It took us 7 days to reach Cyprus, a trip which normally takes 4 hours by motorboat. As soon as I landed and put my foot on the soil of Cyprus, immediately a spiritual vision was opened to my heart. I saw Grand Sheikh Abdullah ad-Daghestani saying to me, "Oh, my son, nothing was able to keep you from carrying out my order. You have achieved a lot by listening and accepting. From this moment, I will always be visible to you. Any time you direct your heart towards me, I will be there. Any question you have, you will receive an answer directly from the Divine Presence. Any spiritual state you wish to achieve, it will be granted to you because of your complete submission. The saints are all happy with you. The Prophet is happy with you." As soon as he said that, I felt him beside me, and since then he has never left me. He is always beside me. Shaykh Nazim began to spread spiritual guidance and Islamic teachings in Cyprus. Many followers came to him and accepted the Naqshbandi order. Unfortunately, it was at a time when all religion was banned in Turkey, and as he was in the Turkish community of Cyprus, religion was entirely banned there as well. Even the reciting of the call to prayer was prohibited. His first action after reaching his birthplace was to go to the mosque and call the people to prayer in Arabic. He was immediately jailed. He stayed in jail for 1 week. As soon as he was released, he went to the big mosque of Nicosia and called the people to prayer from its minaret. This made the officials very angry. They filed a lawsuit against him. While he awaited the lawsuit, he went all over Nicosia and nearby villages calling the people to prayer from the minarets. As a result, many more lawsuits were raised. Eventually, there were 114 cases pending against him. Lawyers advised him to stop calling the people to prayer, but he said, "No, I cannot. People must hear the call to prayer." The day of the hearing arrived for the 114 cases. If prosecuted and convicted, he could have received over 100 years in jail. The same day, the election results came in from Turkey. A man named Adnan Menderes had been voted into power. His first action as president was to open all mosques and to permit the call to prayer to be made in Arabic. That was a miracle of our Grand Sheikh. During his years there, Shaykh Nazim travelled all over Cyprus. He also visited Lebanon, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and many other places to teach the Sufi way. He moved back to Damascus in 1952 when he married one of the disciples of Grand Sheikh, Haja Amina Adil. From that time he lived in Damascus, and he would visit Cyprus every year for the 3 months of Rajab, Shaban, and Ramadan. His family lived in Damascus with him and would travel with him to Cyprus when he went there. He had 2 daughters.